welcome to Long Life Trainer. Today, I'm going to go over a lot of things, a couple of little things that I would do to when I started camp, or just got I just got a little off keel with my jab. So settle my jab down to kind of retrain my jab to get it down to the way it should be. So especially if you're a beginner, this is a good way to kind of train your left or right arm, whichever you are, southpaw or conventional. And this would kind of settle my jab down and train it, train it to do the right thing. It's a bone structure, it's a muscle memory, and it's getting your bone structure and your muscles to work together to do that same movement over and over and over again. So it's a process. The thing is, like everything with boxing, you have to do it repeated. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, It's repeat, repeat, repeat. So these are some of the things I would do. You take your days off that you need to, but you need to train this every day because this is your meat and potatoes of boxing. Good jab, good boxer. Bad jab, bad boxer. It's all about the jab, guys. Always has been, always will be. So anyway, these are some of my little tips, little things I used to use, and I didn't show everything, but this is good for the beginners and guys that just want, my jab's not feeling right. I got to get it back in control. So, all right, okay, guys, there it is.
All right, we're going to start out with the dreaded wall jab. Guys used to hate this in my gym. So the guys I've trained, you put your foot, that front foot, right against that wall. Right against that wall. Place it straight against the wall. Now, all you're going to do is jab. You're in your stance, just your front foot is against the wall, and you're going to make sure that your elbow is in line with your torso and your shoulder. Everything's in line, and it shoots straight forward. And you're going to turn that fist over, turn the wrist over, okay? And that's all. You're working on the twist, and you're working on turning the shoulder. If you need help, make sure that back shoulder goes back, and that'll move your front shoulder front. Same thing now. We're away from the wall. Now we use a bag. So a lot of walls are, busy. There's all these kind of crap against them. So now we're going to go with the bag. We're going to slip the bag with our jab. Same principle. Now you can actually step, okay? I don't like you stepping with the wall because it makes things uneasy. So when you're here, you can actually step when you're with this bag. And you want that elbow to stay inside, lined up with the shoulder, lined up with the torso. And see, it doesn't work that way, okay? That's not what we want. We lose power. When the shoulder is outside of the body, there's nothing behind it. When the shoulder is lined up with the body, and you're throwing with your hip and your shoulder, using that lat muscle, that big bat muscle, you are doing great. And give me that twist at the end. So here's something a little unique. Now, I learned this. This is a little modification I learned from Larry Holmes. All right, Larry Holmes took me aside one time and told me how to use my jab. Try this, try this. This is what you need to do. And my God, it works so well. So, and he's floating the jab out, okay? You're floating the jab in front of you. But this, I'm putting a 5-pound, 3-pound weight on. I'm going one round. And I'm just having it in front of me. And I'm gonna shoot a jab, but I'm shooting it where the corner of the wall and the ceiling touch. I'm hitting that corner, okay? That's where I'm shooting my jab. So then we'll go to the, and that will put some weight on you, man. That shit'll hurt. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the bag. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put a glove on. I like putting one on just to really focus. If you need two because you feel weird, that's fine. But right now, I am working on distance, okay? So I'm here, and I'm going to make sure I cannot touch the bag, and then I step with my jab. Then I'm going to take a step back. I'll slide like a half or a quarter step back. And I'm going to try it again, and then I'll take another quarter step back. I'll loosen up, and I'll try it again. Another quarter step back, and I'll try it again. Now, each time you do this, it's got to be textbook. If it's not a textbook jab, you got to restart, okay? Step up a little bit and go over it again. But right now, you're working on your distance. If you know, you have confidence in that distance, you know where it's at, then he does not. So you know when you move around, you know where you need to be, how far you can be, and how close you can be to throw that perfect jab. So now we're going to work on jabbing to the stomach, jabbing to the body. Now you know when I jab to the body, I want to be in line with the opponent's elbow, okay? Not their stomach line, not the belt line. The opponent's elbow. So that's why first thing I did was go up there and I lined my elbow up in a boxing stance with the bag. So then it kind of gives me a target. And that's it. And when I'm throwing that jab, I'm stepping. I'm not hanging myself out to dry. I'm not looking over the cliff. Want to make sure our chin is inside of our knees. We're not hanging them out to dry. And that's it. And we're squatting down. We're dropping. Okay? We're dropping our ass on the punch. And that's it. Remember, with the jab to the body, you're stabbing. Okay? You're not just popping them. You're stabbing. You really want to sink it in. All right? Now, this is the last thing that I do. I did this as a professional. So each time you hit, you turn, you twist, twist, twist. You do this for an entire round. Okay, I did this for round after round with my trainer Miguel Diaz yelling at me. Does it hurt? Do it more, motherfucker! And scream. And when I first started doing this, my forearms hurt so bad. It was ridiculous. I couldn't even pick up a cup. But nowadays, it does not. And I do it correctly every single time. And I make people bleed when I shoot them with a jab. And that's the reason behind that, this exercise.
All right, guys, that's what I did. So there it is. There it is for you, short and sweet. Other than that, guys, you got to make it your own. All right. Like I said, everybody is different. Okay, you're going to do things different than I am. I'm going to do different things than you do. Every fighter, every person's going to be different in there. It's going to be different for them. Okay, different. The feel somewhat. You're sore. But everything's going to be different. Every fighter's going to approach it just a pinch different. So, take what I give you and put it into your game plan. Mix it up in there. Make it yours. That's all I can tell you guys. And that's a little bit. There are more from where that comes from. But that's just the jab today. Just kind of getting your jab woke up and back in control. I learned this jab, honestly. I learned this jab in the amateurs and from Mr. Bill Pepin. He's from a Canadian fighter. And he moved here to work. And he was my trainer as an amateur. I learned my jab from him. It is his jab. And then I moved to the professionals, and I had the best jab in the gym. They loved it. All my, the big time trainers, all the guys. I was like, oh. But hey, when it got down to it, work started, man. You get to work, and they loved it. So, and they tweaked it a little bit. And it's because we're professionals. Everything's tweaked just a little bit. So, but other than that, that's the jab, baby. So like I said, like, subscribe, man. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you either like or hate what I'm putting out there. But it doesn't matter. I'm putting it out there for you, so you make it yours. If you don't like it, it's your own fault. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next.